Brighton have beaten Chelsea 3 goals to nil. Um, what can I say, boys? But we're building one of the best teams in the world. It was Maresca's fault. I don't want. I don't even want to. I don't know. I don't know what angle I'm going to take this because bantering the club and all these kind of things. I do all my TikTok reviews. I'm gonna probably insert at some point in a TikTok in this because I feel like a lot of the stuff I covered, I don't want to go over again. So I direct you to go and watch the TikTok at tenztalks, or I'll play it here. And if I can, I'll do the timestamps so that you can just skip past the TikTok bit and just continue if you don't want to watch the TikTok or you've already watched the TikTok. Look at the distance per game. Look at the amount we run. We don't run. Form wise, we're probably one of the worst teams in the league. We're probably bottom 3 worst teams in the league at the moment. Top 3 easiest teams to play against. Brighton were probably licking their lips. We think Brighton are one of the best run teams in the Premier League. Brother, Brighton, you try to become Brighton, you want to be Brighton. And then man just keep slapping us up. It's peak. 3-0, back again. Back to back. Drake, over and over again. Losses to Brighton. Embarrassments to these teams. Embarrassments to other teams. 3-0 back to back. 3-0 back to back. And the one last year was worse because I was actually kind of invested. 5 games to go, I don't care. I said in my TikTok review, I was sat here, I was watching Toji's, I was eating into me. I didn't care. I can't care. This football club's finished. It's in the bin. And a lot of my match reactions I find us, I would love to rant, but I feel like my match reactions get off my chest because I just talk about the game, analyse the game, and I just cook the club. We are cooked. And I just don't even know where we go from here. It's just demoralizing, really. Like, I'm more of a guy that just comes and I'm just demoralized rather than running a region. Oh, get Rafinha out. Da, da, da. I'll talk about my position on Liam Rafinha later on. But I mean, look at this. Outrun by the opposition. Chelsea, Liverpool, Forest, Wolves, the top 4 teams are not doing well. The bottom 3, City, Leeds, Arsenal teams are doing quite well. Leeds and City could be the FA Cup final. It's not a coincidence. In loads of the metrics, we lack. In some of the metrics, we actually are better than where we are, and we are better than where we are. But the state of this football club at the minute, to see those 3, I think that's priceless to seeing them in the crowd. Joe Shields, Jewel, Stanley, Iqbali, everyone. The idiots that have made some of the decisions, looking at their lap running about like a headless chicken, Neto and all these guys. And they have the gall to put out reports like, oh, but, we're building one of the best teams in the world. Oh, we think the fans should have more patience, this, and that. And you're watching the lap and Neto and all these men run about the pitch, and they're sat there in the ground, and they think that they're doing a good job. But don't worry, pay rise for the boys. They give themselves a new contract because they won the World Club Cup. Well done, boys. You won a trophy that the previous ownership that you continuously slag off. Oh, they weren't run the best commercially. Oh, really? So why are we in loads of financial trouble? We were in trouble with UEFA. Might have to get a 1-year ban in Europe, and probably got no money to buy players and have to sell to buy. But don't worry, they were not running well commercially. We think Brighton are one of the best run teams in the Premier League. Shut up and get out of my club. Talking rubbish about, Abramovich did this and he didn't. Brother, the only trophy that you won, a competition that you shouldn't have been in because of your incompetence the previous season, and then a competition that you didn't qualify for. But Chelsea are putting internal importance on the World Club Cup. And then the guy that won you the World Club Cup with scrubs that you bought him, you sacked him. Because he did the cardinal sin of asking for a centre back. And Chelsea now, Chelsea want to get rid of 2-3 centre backs to sign a senior centre back. Oh, really? So you're admitting you're wrong then? Just like you're going to do with Garnacho, just like you admitted you're wrong with Joao Felix, Renato Vega, all these things. Maresca gets potted, Pochettino gets potted, and all these guys get potted for not complying. Oh, the managers don't correlate to the success of the football club. Oh, Luis Enrique wouldn't have worked at Chelsea Football Club, said Daniel Finkelstein. But when you guys F up, when you guys admit your mistakes, new contracts for the boys, they've been given a pay rise. We're literally seeing nepotism of the highest level. We work with Liam for 18 months at Strasbourg, the ones there, and we're gonna bring him in because we really thought that he did a good job over there, and he's got a good work ethic. He's got a good work ethic. The accountability and the lack of in this football club is disgusting, and there's a reason why you get. I mean, you build a young, and then the thing that kills me, they're trying to build something that no one else in football agrees with. Like, this young team, but they're trying to do it, and they're not doing it in the way PSG did it. They're doing it in a way where we have no experience. Oh, we think we got experience in our team because, people say that we've got no experience, but we've got Joao Pedro. Oh, yes, the infamous experienced football player who joined Brighton 2 years ago and has got 10 goals, 5 non-penalty goals last season. And you stumbled across him being a good player. Oh, but, we got experience. Why are they protesting? We hope that Caicedo signing a new deal will quiet down the protests. Oh, we just need more patience, fam. NHS FC, fam. KSI FC, bruv. We need a little bit of patience, fam. What are we doing here, bruv? What are we actually doing here? This club's dusted, bruv. Look at Enzo Fernandez, Leon. This club is, bruv, rotten faces all around. Everyone's just, bruv, we're all fuming. I forgot where I was going. I think I was making a point, but I've forgotten it. But the football club is just it's a joke. And the thing is, like, a whole takeover. I think our best bet at this moment in time is Todd Bowley buying out the football club, because a full-scale takeover is going to take absolutely ages. There's no guarantee that they're going to be any better. Private equity and investors and all these kind of people. These guys invest at the very least. The best case scenario that I can see is Behdad Eghbali stepping back from footballing operations and just overseeing, getting, and this is why I said, and I said it for quite a while, that I didn't want us to get top 4. Because after the PSG loss, I was like, I don't even want us to get top 4, because we've just been spanked 8-2 here. We're clearly not ready to compete in this level. And I believe that with the financial pressure that we're under and all these kind of things, we're going to be under a lot of pressure to get in the Champions League. Okay, we're definitely not getting it now. Europa League, we're probably not getting that. We're probably not getting Conference League. We're probably not going to get any Europe. The financial implications of that, Behdad is going to be under so much pressure from, I think, shareholders and all these kind of things. I'm hoping that he's like, you know what, fam? Maybe this summer, next summer. Even so far, we've seen them turn around and say, you know what, there's an acceptance in the club that certain things are not going right. We need to change it up. Okay, that's step 1. Accountability is next. I think the sworn directors, if they again are admitting that more signings haven't worked out, they bought and sold in 1 to 2 years so many football players. Where's the accountability and for them? Why can't they get sold? Why don't you just sack them? I'm hoping that they can get sacked, and maybe we can get a bit better if we got in I don't know which directors you can get. Paul Mitchell, just bring in better directors, and hopefully that can help. We're still going to be run a bit dodgily, but Arsenal have run a bit dodgily. But they brought in the right people in the right positions, and they stumbled across something. I don't think Klilik selling, it would just be a very long process, It would just be, I think they just need to just change and pattern up. That's what I just hope happens, because wholesale, I don't think people understand how long that's going to be. It may be for the better of the football club, but I think it would be easier if they just did things correctly. We don't have to do a wholesale, and with no guarantee that what if we get them and they don't even spend the money, let alone spending something and getting it wrong. Have to be very careful. Our direction of the football club is it's so sad. We're sliding doors. I think things could go very peak. You can go right, go wrong. You look at the likes of Spurs and Leicester, and the way they've been running to the ground to multiple relegations. Why couldn't we end up like that if we just continue to get run incredibly poorly? It's mad. It's mad. Football clubs in the bin. To talk about the actual game, again, as I said, I always end up just talking about the ownership and talking about the wider picture, because to me, that's what really matters, But as for the game, he tried something, and you had Delap and Neto just poor. Ganacho came on. Those 3 are some of the worst football players I've ever seen play for this football club. Costa wasn't good. Correa wasn't good. The midfield wasn't great. Centre backs aren't good. The goalkeeper wasn't good. No one was good. No application. They embarrassed themselves. They embarrassed the manager. Let's talk about the manager. A lot of people will be, Rosenior out. And I understand that. You can't just keep losing football matches. Rosenior deserves to be sacked. He does. However, this is my point of view on it. As much as I don't think he's going to be good enough, he's not good enough now. And he's out of his depth. Maresca, when he came in with a platform of Pochettino built this young team up, a bit more of an experienced manager. He tried his best. The circumstances, the recruitment, all these things weren't there for him to do his job, and some coaching faults on his behalf. Maresca, a bit more of a stable coach, a bit more of a platforming coach, helped to platform that team with the help of Pochettino, growing that, building that team a little bit with Europe. Built that team up and came from the Championship with first division experience with Parma, and then in Italy, and then Championship experience, managed to learn on the job and do what he needed to do. Lima Senior, with first division experience in France and Championship background, comes in and he doesn't get the same grace of starting in a summer transfer window. He comes in January, where he said he wanted a centre back. They said verbatim, yeah, we're gonna get a centre back. They didn't get a centre back. They brought back Mamadou Sarr, and they briefed that, but we've got Mamadou Sarr and he hasn't played since February. That worked, then didn't it? That worked very well. That didn't it? And he's been thrown into the deep end when he shouldn't have, because they wanted someone to save their blushes because they were in deep shit. No, this way I don't know. I'm acting as if I can get demonetized, but they were in deep trouble because of the whole Maresca thing. So they were like, we're gonna get a guy who worked with a safe option, and that didn't work for them, and it hasn't worked for them. But he shouldn't be here. He should be learning his trade, and if he has the ability to learn the trade on the job like Maresca did, and it turned out to be a good manager, I would like to see him have that chance in the summer. Now, there's a lot of issues that I'm seeing with this team and this club that we're here under Maresca, we're here under Pochettino, we'll be here under Fabregas, Raiola, whoever. Fix those problems first, and then I want to analyze the manager. Because I think sacking the manager I really feel like they could just scapegoat him and just pin it all on him, and then say, oh, we're just gonna go again. We're gonna go and get Rodgers. These are things that I don't think. Yeah, these are just things that I don't think. Look, this is a brilliant goal by Shirky. If you see me looking here, they're replaying the Arsenal City games. I'm just watching it while I'm talking. Look at Pep, fan, proper manager. But yeah, Rafinha, I do feel bad for him. I do believe he's a scapegoat. But he isn't good enough. But I don't blame him. He's trying his best. I don't blame him. I blame the people who brought him in, the people that give him this crap squad. Rafinha has shown me at times good coaching. He has shown me flaws as well. But if you've got a crap team and you have to learn to coach your way out of it with this level of scrutiny, for the first time, put someone in that situation, it's never going to work. And the whole premise, I said it in the TikTok, the whole premise of this football club is putting people in positions that they shouldn't be in too early, and then sacking them and getting rid of them for it, and having accountability for them, but not for you for putting them in that position. That's the whole project and process. But we're building one of the best teams in the world. We've got one of the best in class. Shut up, man. Actually, whatever, bruv. Look at Manchester City, real best in class, recruiting talents. Looking at Ibrahim Mazza and Saeed El Nala, and proper scouting and proper building of a squad. Yeah, they're rebuilding a young squad, but they've got the likes of Bernardo, they've got the likes of Roger. You have to mix in that experience. And now, unfortunately, we've noticed too late about that. We need that experience. Last year was the right time to try and see if we can get it. Maybe Schlotterbecks and try and tempt those kind of guys. Now we're in a position where we're gonna know Europe. What kind of levels of experience can we bring in? What Marco Senesi? Schlotterbeck signed a new deal. I like the guys like Van Hecker, Diamonde, signings Iliman in the eye. Still no experience, and we're probably not going to be able to get any experience now. We're in deep trouble, bro, and no Europe financially. We may be cooked, 1 in, 1 out policy, and all these kind of things. Honestly, we're actually fried. We're actually really in trouble. As a football club, we lost 3-0 to Brighton. This is the review. I don't think there's much else to talk about. Drop a like, subscribe. Content's going to keep coming, even though I don't really want to talk about it. I've kind of decided to start making content at the worst time. But it's what it is. This football club's in the bin, and I'm not even a guy that will shout and rave and rant that will help me get views. The fact that we're doing trash, and obviously I'd just prefer us to be good. Forget the views, not ask me. But Chelsea 3, Chelsea 3. I wish it was Chelsea 3. Brighton 0, Chelsea 3. Love.